Welcome to Speight Seer's Tarot. If this video found you, there's definitely a channeled message here for you, so please stick around. But let's connect first with a deep breath, okay? In and out. Hello, collective. Long time no see. Not really. Actually, first image that I was getting, first channeled message, was almost like a dandelion pushing through the grass. There's something itchy about the situation. There's something uncomfortable. There's growing pains going on in the collective. We're going into springtime. It's time to change our skincare, change our cleaning routines, changing out our clothes, doing that spring cleaning, doing those repairs that we've been putting off. And there's something itchy and uncomfortable about the situation. You know, maybe you're suffering through allergies. Interesting how I go into and see that hay in the back. Maybe you're allergic to pollen. But it's a way for us to, get in gear, get in touch with the magician, get in touch of our environment. Know that this has to be done. This has to be communicated. This has to be repaired. This has to be felt through, even to be able to go through the next season, to go through this portal and to achieve mastery of some sort. Ace of Wands in the reverse. There's something blocking in your way. Maybe this itchy feeling is just a little bit overwhelming and you're not following through with the mastery that you have attained. I'm also getting out of practice with the sun. I would say that that's exposure, confirmation. You're out of practice of following and going towards with action things that make you happy. Things that ignite the fire within you, literally. It's like you're missing the match. You're missing that grit. And understand that when you go through grit in life, growing pains, like the Ace of Wand, a wand is a tree. It's the first time that it's going somewhere. And it might feel difficult. But we understand that the tree is going towards the light. And it has to go through these growing pains. Things that they don't really want to face. Things that you don't really want to go towards the direction to. You might be an Aries dealing with a Leo or vice versa. A lot of fire energy here. So there's a lot of action and passion and healing. When a flower grows towards the light, it's for it to eventually bloom towards its peak potential. Its ultimate happiness with the sun here. Its ultimate freedom. And so, so maybe we have achieved mastery in some sort of a way, but then these growing pains, we're always learning through life. Even if we feel like we've achieved something, growing pains in life can get into the way of the forward movement. I feel like this collective is understanding this. And collective, if you're not understanding that at the end of this, trial and error, with the Six of Wands, you will become triumphant and successful. And you're going to be so glad that you didn't let these growing pains stop you from going into the direction that you want to go, that you want to show up for. And in this case, it's your ultimate happiness. Maybe you've been practicing the art of gratitude. Maybe you have been practicing really focusing and honing in on the little things that really make you special and sparkle. But understand that this growth will bring exposure to you. But that's just because we're really honing in and focusing in on self at this time. Our inner fire, inner power, inner, I'm gonna say strength, even if strength is not here. I feel like the Magician and the Sun right next to each other with the Six of Wands and a little bit of resistance of the Ace of Wands. That is strength. That is taming the wild. That is not stopping and still showing up with mastery. Are you kidding me? I am either really talking to a Leo, or you're dealing with a Leo, or you have Leo in your chart. Interesting. Strength is here in reverse, with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. Oh yeah. We're no longer playing the victim in what's stopping us from our happiness. Whatever wild entertainment that we've had tried to block us before, we're taking accountability for the fact that it was cheating ourselves from success, cheating ourselves from ultimate legacy, for true commitment and grind with the Knight of Pentacles here and the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords in the front, it's lying, cheating, it's taking the sneaky way, it's stealing from a flock. But when you're in the reverse, okay, you might thought of it, but you have tamed that wild side because you know it won't bring you to true happiness. You know, itching that scratch, that uncomfortable measure or situation that we feel currently, there's some kind of abstinence that needs to push through, right? To get that success. So we need to tame that itch. We don't necessarily need to go and take action towards it. So maybe that's why the universe is stopping you from wanting to take the easy way out. But you're not. You're not playing the victim. You're taking accountability. And because of that, that's fruitful to you. That's the recipe or the formula for you to achieve this mastery to ultimate happiness and fulfillment and abundance. This is the way that you get to achieve mastery of pleasure versus discipline. Being committed to self, even if the exterior or even the survival or the primitive reaction, instinct would be to do something out of character, out of value, out of control. You've replaced that with ultimate control. You have taught your mind to take an accountability for things that don't work out for your happiness. Because I feel now you do understand that every time you show up for yourself, you leave behind a trace that no one can take away from you. You leave behind a fact. You leave behind a momentum, a time and space for you to then carry on into your legacy and abundance. I hope this is resonating for you, collective. Please let me know down below if you're a Leo or dealing with an Aries or a Leo. Thank you, Spirit, for being here today. Obviously, with strength here as confirmation. You're leaving behind that happiness doesn't come from that instant itch. It comes from hard work, commitment, growing pains. And I feel like you understand that now, collective. Or you're definitely walking towards something that will leave you unattended for the rest of your life. Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel like we've learned how to detach our happiness with outside validation or outside sources or even that quick fix, right? Let's say you were struggling on making money, okay? Because you thought that this making money would make, your dreams come true and make you really happy. And so you would do some scammy stuff behind the scenes so you can get money really quick, but you always left feeling empty-handed. And then instead, you maybe learned a career, learned a way of being, a way of conduct. And you understand now that that is more aligned with you. Maybe you're a person where your happiness lies upon other people, other relationships. That's how you pull, okay, I'm happy because others are happy around me. Or they want to talk to me. They want to be with me. They want a union with me. So then that makes me happy. And maybe before, when you didn't have this union, you did something to satisfy that void. But I feel like now you are learning how to be happy by yourself, by one's self. And not because you're lonely, not because you don't have unions around you. Maybe some are broken, But I don't feel like I don't feel like they're broken. I feel like there's just a moment of solitude that you are just now learning how to appreciate for oneself. And because you're learning how to be in solitude, being alone, you're learning a lot about yourself. And when you learn about yourself, that's how you get to the next level, right? And being in solitude is beautiful. It's peaceful. And you get to learn and discover yourself. What you love, what you're good at, what you need to work on. This was a really cool reading. Let me know down below if this helped you. We're going to do one last one. One advice from the universe. From the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. Ooh, that was easy. Okay, we're going to take this one too. And we're just going to filter through, see if anything else comes up. Yeah, because you understand now that when you are alone, you're never truly alone. Guidance and vision. Exactly. This represents the moon, right? It's like you've now learned that being in solitude gives you the chance, and you get to then see a reflection of you. Something gets illuminated for you. The universe, how it communicates with you and how it wants to guide you into your success, into your vision, because that's what the universe is here for. That is what your angels and your ancestors and your spirit guide and God wants you on this planet for, is to succeed. Your vision, your wants, your needs. And so because you're able to be in solitude, you're able to cut off a lot of things that were maybe not even serving you. And the universe is now letting you walk towards your dreams. Because the moon also represents your dreams. And so, you know, the sun card is always, you know, planets could be a really big thing for you right now, actually, collective. But, you know, you start with the sun and then we end with the moon. It's like you go through this whole day alone and you receive guidance, and you then realize that you are in control of your dreams. But when you are in control of your dreams, you're in control of your own happiness. It's like you then realize you are responsible for the fog, right? For the times that you did spend unhappy because you thought that that was someone else's fault, or that was someone else's responsibility. So you're seeing a shadow aspect, and you're learning from this. And the universe is definitely here to guide you. This was a very, very strong reading. I hope this helped. I'm sending you love and light. Until next time, bye-bye.